Alright guys, time again. It's time to work on the Gatekeeper again. Yeah, so the last time we worked on this guy was like a week ago exactly. It's nice. I like to stay on schedule. Hello to everyone in chat. Hello Snudderblade. I'm gonna see if I recognize some familiar names from last time. Oh, well, that's a shame. First of all, I'm gonna talk about what I did last week for people that weren't on the stream. Last week we worked on the Gatekeeper, as the title suggests, but yeah, we started from the base of this guy, like the super low poly stuff, and just made it more detailed, worked out a lot more. So yeah, it's nothing really a lot to talk about. Very straightforward, just added some things, changed some things, and this last week's session is actually on YouTube, so if you're interested you can just Google my name with Skyblivion behind it and you'll probably find the video. So yeah, we also fortunately got some criticism on the Gatekeeper. Well, thankfully a lot of the comments were super nice. All of the comments were actually super nice, which surprised me. I thought it was going to be filled with trolls, or at least one troll. Unfortunately, there were none. So yeah, first of all, there was this comment saying, personally, I'm not a fan of the skull-headed Gatekeeper design. That's something I decided last week on, that I was going to make the skull of the Gatekeeper with a lot of stitched faces on it. And so this guy says, I feel as though the puffy, featureless, corpse-like head of the original had more unique and genuinely creepy vibe to it that helped him stand out as a distinct, otherworldly being. By having only a vague semblance to a human body, it helped him feel more like a walking statue made of flesh and bone. The skull seems less subtle in my opinion. That's a fair point. I mean, he's basically saying giving him a skull makes him more human-like, which in turn makes him less creepy because people can relate to humans, I think. And that's actually a pretty good point. If we go back to the original guy, I can see what he means by that. I mean, so for that reason, I might change this design a bit. Probably, well, me making a skull right now is actually not so time efficient. Excuse me, I just woke up today and I realized I'm getting sick. So as of today, I have the coughs, and probably tomorrow I'll be dead. But so yeah, that's a problem for tomorrow. So yeah, as I was saying, making the skull was actually pretty time consuming, and I didn't like how I approached it. So for that reason, I might basically scrap this today and actually make a head like the comment suggested, and just I don't know, make him a head, I don't know, just like bash his head in or something, make it super gory. Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. So get started on that. I'm not a fan of deleting stuff. I think I might actually slice this guy, duplicate this guy, slice his head like that, hide the rest, delete the hidden. So now I can change this, the original, and still keep a skull if I ever want to go back. And the jaw is also back. Yeah, let's merge the jaw so it takes one less spot here. Makes it more, makes it easier. Alright. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out since we don't have a concept for this. We just have a bunch of pictures, bunch of reference images. Nothing really special. Right, so yeah. Right, I see a pretty long question, and yeah, as I always say this, if you're on YouTube, please come to Twitch. Twitch is less populated than YouTube. YouTube is just almost all spam. I can't single out a single question. So if you have any serious questions, just come to Twitch and ask them. I'm sure there is a link in the description. So guys, please, if you have questions, come to Twitch. Alright, so is it hard to get into 3D modeling? Why I'm asking this? Because currently I'm studying computer science, but I'm not just feeling it. Always was curious about 3D animations, probably 3D animations, and so yeah, too long didn't read. Is it hard to go get into? Depends on how good you want to get. I mean, also you have to go in with the right mindset. Like if you really want to go for it, I mean, go for it, man. If you really want to go for it, at the least you won't have that doubt in your head that like, oh, what if I went to 3D? What if I did that? What if I did this? But if you just want it for the fame, I know a few people that like do 3D and art stuff just because other people will tickle their balls. But if you go in with that mindset, you'll just work yourself out, because yeah, it's just so hard to constantly keep your fans happy. You kind of forget to do your own thing. Yeah, so do it because you like it, not because you like the ball tickling of other people. That's what I'd say. Yeah, I should probably, yeah, look, if I retopologize the last time, this head will be wouldn't be so well, because I can't change the topology in ZBrush. I mean, I can, but not as good as possible, not as efficiently as possible. I mean, if I had great topology on this head, on the skull, and wanted to change it, then the topology underneath it would be a mess, and I would like shoot myself in the foot and have to redo all the topology again. So right now I'm just gonna keep this like that. Just going to roughly I mean, this might look fine, but if you can see, all these polygons are just squished in. If I dynamesh this, gone. That's why I love ZBrush. Dynamesh is the shit. I actually made a summary of what we're going to do today. Now let me, oh yeah, here it is. Quickly get it on my screen. So yeah, excuse me. Last week I told myself that I'm gonna do this week. So first of all, make it more grotesque. This was implying that this model right now looks too human. I want to make him more like this, this, that, all those things. So like it resembles a humanoid, but not necessarily a human. Yeah, so possible retopology. I might be able to do this today. Might just retopologize some parts to his body parts together. I guess this fits in with make him more grotesque. But yeah, again with this thing, I wanna create this like this sewing effect. It really intrigued me. Work on his feet. Right now he has like hobbit feet, very sausage toes. I don't really like that. Broaden his legs. I'm gonna broaden his legs because with having such a huge upper torso and all these heavy chains and metal parts, would make his legs pretty strong. Creep the left hand. Yeah, I wanna like make this hand really creepy. Not necessarily blood or something, but just something like a birth defect, something else. Work on his weapon. That I might postpone that because this whole thing that's like super low poly is something else for another day. For now, it's just the body. Right. Oh yeah, work on his BDSM outfit. At the end, maybe we'll add like things that make it more, that show more what kind of direction I want to take. So yes, let's start on the head. I mean, eventually, let's tone his straps down a bit. I mean, last week I probably had different ideas about this guy now because, well, I watched my own stream to see if I missed some things. Because watching your own streams, it gives you like a third perspective. Well, if you're in the stream and you're doing the stream, you're like a first person and you see you don't see the mistakes that you would normally see if you're watching someone else, and you're also less critical of yourself. I mean, more critical of yourself if you're watching yourself back again. Give him fingers from several races sewn onto the same hand, like Khajiit claw, Argonian claw, finely manicured Alpner finger, a burnt and Asgard Dunmer finger, and a Bosmer finger with bowstring grooves cut into it. That's a cool idea, but given with the amount of texture space, I don't think that would be feasible to actually implement. I mean, there is a limit to the amount of detail I can get into this guy just because there isn't that much texture space. I mean, I can probably go super deep into detail, but eventually it's probably gonna be like a 4K texture. Yeah, probably something like a 4K texture, which wouldn't give me enough space on the texture to actually make all those small adjustments to each and every finger, especially since fingers are like not super high priority, because well, yeah, he only has 5 fingers. But I like the suggestions though. It's something I liked about the last stream. People were like constantly suggesting how this guy should be, which I really enjoyed actually. Why are you doing this? Are you modeling for a mod or something? Yes, this is for Skyblivion. Skyblivion actually aims to implement Oblivion into the Skyrim engine, and this guy, the Gatekeeper, is actually from the Shivering Isles, which makes him a prime suspect to be reworked and redone for the Skyrim engine. Get this guy's jaw into place, like, alright. Your jaw is right there. And also, because this guy is going to have a mask, I probably have to look at what kind of mask I want to make, so that I don't overmodel this stuff. What kind of tablet are you using? I'm using a 24 inch, I think 24 inch Cintiq HD 2400 DTK. That's the tablet I use. I wouldn't recommend doing this with a mouse. Some people ask, like, is this doable with a mouse? But no, this is probably not doable with a mouse. I mean, if you put a lot of time into it, you could, but you could achieve the same results with a lot less time with a tablet. So I wouldn't recommend a surely not recommend a mouse. Alright, so yeah, I made all this muscle just to help myself and see where everything is. Probably just like doodling just for the fun of it, but yeah, I have to make progress today. So yeah, in the coming half hour I want to probably get this head in. Have a reasonable level of detail on his head, and then I can probably like mess him up. Oh yeah. So let's quickly put this into my reference folder so I can easily switch. So yes, first of all, looking at this, wait, what? Easiest stuff to do, broaden his legs. So first of all, I'm gonna do that. But quickly something else. I was actually working on the goblin yesterday. Will you add new monster to Oblivion? I'm not sure what the team thinks about it, but I will definitely will be adding some different monsters. For instance, I'm working on a goblin right now in my off times. In my off times, while I'm not streaming, working on goblin, and the goblin has like green color, and I can easily make him blue, red, or orange to put him in different biomes. So that's definitely something I'm gonna do. Right, so selection, speaker, red bar. Right, so now we have this red bar. I can add that bar here on the reference. Why is this? Right, so broaden his legs. That's what we're gonna do now. Is that me, or is there a face shaped out of muscle on the Gatekeeper's stomach? Everyone sees everything. I mean, like, come on, man. I will just keep it like this for fun's sake. As someone in the medical field, I really appreciate all this anatomy you're doing. Thanks, Nick. I really appreciate that. I only had input from other artists and not necessarily from people who really need to know anatomy. So I really appreciate that you're talking about how well I'm doing anatomy. I mean, it's probably like the field that I'm the least well. That's not true. I'm very quick to say that I suck at something because I don't want to overestimate myself. Alright, so We need to open this guy's mouth. But the question is, does he really have a mouth? Yes. No, yes. Give him a mouth. So I'm gonna move this downwards, but moving this downwards now isn't correct, so I'm just gonna pretend that the jaw is here, blur it a bunch of times, and now I'm gonna move the jaw from there, because this way, see that shit? I don't want that. You want less artifacts as possible. Like that. Alright, so now we kind of have his open jaw. Is everyone on the Skyblivion team doing this for free? Yes, I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid to do this. This is just hobby stuff. I mean, of course, 3D isn't a hobby for me. It's kind of like a work. It's kind of like my life. My life. Help. But yeah, everyone is doing this for free. No one gets paid. Trapezius is a muscle group. Why am I being filtered? Maybe because Pesius looks like penis. Penis getting filtered? Could someone type penis? I'm not sure. Alright, penis is not getting filtered. 10:15 is. What is pen 15? Some kind of new swear word? Even happening, man? I'm not sure. But if you yes, giant penis is censored, but penis not. Right, that's weird. Looks too much like a troll. I mean, not the internet troll, the real troll. Continue. Oh, face. I wanna take away the symmetry because the things that are, well, because humans generally like symmetry, and because this guy will need to give a uneasy vibe, I'll probably need to take the symmetry away. But the trick is to find a fine spot where you did everything you could in symmetry, and now you can easily step into turning symmetry off. Oh yeah, that's kind of like something that I'm struggling with now. Fuck that shit. Let's Oh wait, we are completely got sidetracked. Broaden his legs, that's what I need to do. Holy shit. That ass. I didn't remember, don't recall making an ass like this. Are you going to keep the poly count at 1 mil, or are you going to subdivide further? This is probably the highest I'm gonna get with this topology. I'll probably go higher when I retopologize it. About what percentage of the project is done? Let's see, what can I say about that? Percentage. Alright, that's the answer. Fucking hell, okay, broaden his legs, come on, don't get sidetracked. Like, probably the amount of muscle that I'm putting in here is probably wasted, because it's probably going to like disappear in the amount of gore that I'm gonna introduce to this guy. Not sure when. I don't do a lot of gore. Well, excuse me if you heard that. Right, so broaden his legs. Make his legs beautiful. Fucking ugly feet. But yeah, broaden his legs. How is my volume, by the way? Alright, we broaden this guy's legs. Now, make him more grotesque. That's on his feet. Guys, I'm gonna ask you, what should we do next? What should we do next? Because I'm not sure what to do next. Body parts are grotesque. That's I don't know. I like. Do the feet, although I despise doing feet. I'm actually gonna make him more grotesque. I think that's the logical approach. Although I asked you guys, what to do next, I'm not sure if I should take your opinion. But I do appreciate you guys answering though. Again, if you were spamming that in YouTube, come to Twitch and spam it, because I don't look at YouTube. Right. So the big question is probably about what part will be double-sided of the texture and whatnot. I worked on the goblin yesterday, and guy has, for instance, wait, let me open it so you guys kind of know what I'm struggling with. The thing is, I want to have some change in his arms, like this one being bigger than that one, this one having different folds than that one. Same goes for the legs and stuff, but I'm not sure if we can do those while reliably keeping the amount of detail we get from the texture space. Goblin 2. Alright, so what I was talking about is that this UV space that you see right there, this is kind of like how the texture goes on everything. If I paint on this, you'll see it there. But as you can see, you'll see it double-sided. That's because this is also copied here, but the texture space doesn't stretch to the right. It's just this place. I mean, what a computer does is basically it duplicates this to the sides, to the top, just duplicates this and tiles it. But yeah, so now my problem is, do I want to like do I want to do it like this, where the texture space is doubled for the body, but also limited because mirrored? But do I want to give it some freedom? I hope you guys understand what I'm quickly well, maybe, just maybe, I could cut the part here, because you won't be able to see the scene because of this. I can make it more asymmetric on the top while keeping it symmetric on the bottom. I think that would be a better choice. So time to turn symmetry off, but first let's quick save, make a layer, call this layer, make a new layer and call this general this. Alright, so basically now that I did this, I can like sculpt everything I want on this layer, and because I sculpted everything on that layer, I can remove whatever I sculpted there, add it. So if I'm back in general and I hide general this form, I get the I can still hop back and forth. First make him symmetrical, then make him asymmetrical. It's symmetrical now, I'm gonna make it asymmetrical. First, how do we fuck this guy up? Oh yeah, let's clay tubes brush because it's more rough. I like that more than the other brushes. Make holes in his body with insect legs, attach that twitch tubes that run through his body. Nice idea, but no. It doesn't really fit the whole character of this guy with tubes and stuff. First of all, I'm gonna move parts around. Make a bear trap stuck on his arm, like dog god from Vegas. That's a good idea, but that means spawning this guy multiple times will mean that you have 5 gatekeepers, and all the 5 gatekeepers are unlucky enough to get caught in dog traps, bear traps, which is kinda weird. Maybe a stuck piece of arrow in his shoulder. Like bone spine? Alright, I'm starting to get a feel of how this guy has deformed. Change the song. Are you building up muscles on the left shoulder area? No, I'm making it look like he has, I don't know, excess flesh or fat beneath. Not necessarily anatomically correct, but just for the gore effect. This gore is going to take longer than I thought. Mostly because it's super random, and after a while you kind of start to get into a pattern and do stuff that's predictable. And also it's just pretty hard to get for good. Is that the face mask or does it have a new head? It's not the face mask. I'm sorry to disappoint you. But we'll probably not be doing the face mask. Right now I'm just facing some random deformations, so I kinda already looks busted up, but later after this pass I'm gonna actually mark the areas where the things are sewn together. Right now I'm just doodling on him and changing his silhouette mostly. And here we go symmetry again, because this lower part is eventually going to have they're going to share the same texture space. Please make sure the zombies are terrifying. They scare the fuck out of me in the original Oblivion Draugr. I'll try, man. Although we do have more creature artists joining our team, so maybe I'm not the one that's gonna do the zombies. Alright, smooth everything. Although this does look pretty terrible. I'm gonna go with it. Bone. Change the material to something. This guy has a sewn part going like that. And because it's sewn under pressure, which makes things around him bulge. This. I'm not sure if this will work though, because it's starting to look like a puzzle instead of something creepy. Yeah, this is like the midline where he gonna get cut in half. So now we have we almost have all the main stone parts. We can get into detail in a bit. Yeah, he kind of looks like a map. But that's fixable. Alright, so now detailing this guy. Because this is kind of like the first time I'm doing stuff like this. I mean, I've never modeled a huge sewn monster that's sewn together that should resemble. I mean, that should be able to work with the current skeleton that we have. I mean, I suppose I shouldn't do something completely different, because that wouldn't work in the conversion. Now I'm just using the inflate brush to inflate all these things together. So, oops. more like it's composed out of different parts instead of just one. Right, let's about this before I dive into it. As of now, it doesn't look like how I want it to look. I mean, maybe like no. Oh, I'm gonna make some spots where the sewing fell off. That's yeah, maybe some random stuff. I think I should work with clay tubes here because it adds a lot of randomness. For instance, if I move this out a little bit, you can see a tiny bit of the brush strokes, which helps it add more of a shape and a bit like that. Maybe sometimes. Now that I think about it, I do think that the Gatekeeper is maybe hardest one to pull off technically and design-wise, because well, the other ones are pretty straightforward. When we were polling which one I was going to model, the Lich and this one were pretty close. Well, the Lich is I mean, I built the skeleton and I designed some armor for it, which is a lot easier than actually designing something as organically difficult as this guy. Because this guy just all meat, and because I've actually never seen something sewn, can't really say what it looks like. There's probably some 4chan link where a bunch of people did that, but I'm not sure if I want to risk my risk looking at that. Has this guy already been rigged for animation? Yeah, we're gonna use the rig from Oblivion. I'm not sure if we're gonna use the same animations though. Although this, what I'm doing now, might not be the end result I'm looking for, I think it'll help me get a better understanding of what I'm actually trying to make. Because, as I said before, because there is no definitive concept art for this guy, I have to do everything out of my head with a few reference images that I can't go too close to, because, well, then I'm just straight up copying it, which no one would like. Is there anything like that mod in Oblivion? It's basically a museum where you can display all your items. Understand that? Oh, not sure if I can answer that. I think I'll add the skin folds after I'm done making all these huge adjustments. Doing skin folds now wouldn't be as smart, because they might get lost or thrown out because something else I did before the skin folds wasn't on point. Hmm. there a guy in one of the cities in Shivering Isles who wanted you to help him commit suicide? I think it's a guy that's standing on a ledge, and he says how life sucks, and sometimes he'd hope for a breeze that would push him off. And so if you talk to him, you can say like, well, this is your lucky day, and you can push him off the bridge. I mean the ledge. And then he goes like, and dies without hitting the ground. For this lump in the front. Right, I got an idea. I don't think you need to put too much details. Textures, details like small scars and something like this. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it will use adding small scars with textures will well, it can make it look super repetitive. I wouldn't like my guide to look repetitive. So again, there's nothing really to talk about now. I mean, just going back and forth, making it look less clean and more like sewn onto. Right now, I'm just working out the flaps. So it will kind of help me later if I smooth this out. That'll yeah, that it'll look more, I mean, less neat. Less like an actual body. because I'm working in layers, I have to be careful that I'm not adding different details, something like folds. The layer I just made is specifically for this clay tubes thing, and the eventual smooth that's gonna go over it. Alright, so cut it like that, cut it like this, maybe like this. So now we can make maybe a bit bigger. Will you make more streams other than the Gatekeeper? Maybe. First, finish the Gatekeeper, and then we'll see how it'll look. I mean, this is pretty early into the grotesque phase. I might add intestines poking out of here. Maybe. Quick save. Oh shit, this is not detail, this is just like if I stroke with this thing, with this brush, it just leaves those things behind. This is definitely not the detail, I'm leaving it behind. Definitely not. This is just residue. Oof. Wait, it still snaps. And? Oh, so why does everyone talk about poly count? Is there a actual limit for Skyrim? Or is it just easy on the computer, or both? Okay, so poly count is something that gets super inflated because it's the easiest thing to control while making a mesh. I mean, it all depends on which shaders you use, where the model is going to be used, when it's going to be used, which room, how important it is, and just generally how polygon heavy you want your game to be. More polygons equals more performance, but it also equals more better quality in general. And the thing with poly count is it's not a huge issue unless you overdo it. So let's say this guy, because he's so big and because he's so important, I could probably give him a higher poly count than other guys. For instance, the goblin, because the goblin is going to be featured many times. I mean, more than the gatekeeper, so it should have less polygons because it's gonna have more screen time than the gatekeeper. You probably won't see more than one gatekeeper in a group, but you'll probably see more than one goblin in a group, which makes goblin have less priority poly count wise. Things that are unique and beautiful get the polys, but it isn't a huge issue. I mean, as I said, it also depends on the shader. If it's using a super simple shader, then the poly count doesn't matter as much. That's basically my understanding of polys and how I use poly counts in games. It's something you should always keep in mind, but not something you should worry about. Oh shit, I worked on the diff on the other no problem. Let's just project it. So now we have base, we have that detail, we have the sewn parts, we have the general deformation. So we started with this guy, generally deformed him like this, although I don't like how it turned out. Sewn, yeah, made him look sewn, and went ham with the J-tubes brush on it. So now hey, let's mirror this guy. Look better. Again, I'm just searching for something that would work. I don't necessarily have a plan in my head yet. Not yet. Alright, so now that I have a foundation for the rest on the top part of his body, probably going to add another layer to... Oh, what the fuck, man? Alright, so now I want to... Well, I think I should start on his legs, because that way if we make the deformations on his legs, I can finally retopologize and get a go into detail, which will make everything else easier. Could you turn up the microphone volume a bit? No, I'm sorry, man, I can't. I mean, it's buttoned to my t-shirt, but if I move it on my mouth, it kind of sounds like this. But that way I can't use one of my hands. You guys like this ASMR sound? That ASMR. Different vibes. But yeah, let's do some general deformations on his legs. Maybe that his legs are not necessarily sewn, but under pressure, kind of like, oh fuck it, we'll do sewn, just like that. The reason I turned on symmetry here, because this part is going to be what do you call it, duplicated. I mean, it's going to use the same textures anyway. Will you remake the head crabs? Yes, I will remake the mud crabs. Not me, but someone else. Someone else is on mud crab job. Again, guys, if you're on YouTube, come to Twitch. If you ask your question on Twitch, I'll probably answer if you're lucky. If not, just type it again and hope for the best again. Oh no, yeah, his legs must be symmetrical, or else the texture won't look good. And yeah, well, the legs aren't as prominent as the top part of his body. This is unfortunately how the game world goes. You have to make compromises in your meshes constantly. Do all the stitches have to be added as a part of the mesh? Nope. Excuse me, it's probably going to be a normal map. It's going to be a normal map, not probably, it is going to be a normal map. But for the high poly sake, the one that I'm working now, yes, it is. I'm going to make every stitch. But we'll get that in a bit. It's something to rush. I mean, my philosophy is that the high poly is the boss. The high poly bends, the low poly bends to the will of the high poly. So if the high poly has some changes, the low poly must abide. Because the low poly is ugly. You should emphasize his leg muscles. Do you mean that I should make his leg muscles look more natural, or just make his leg muscles bigger? Or to like emphasize his leg muscles with the stitchings? Don't worry guys, I can make this ass thick again. Make ass thick again. Where is Dick? Dick is gone. There is no Dick. Well, if you like Dick, I can send you some links. Would you like that? Doesn't have a penis. There is no reason to give him a penis. I mean, would limit the age of the mod. Because this guy doesn't have sex, it wouldn't be reasonable. And I'm not in the mood to look at penis pictures for reference now. That's probably the biggest reason I'm not adding a penis. Alright, so there's a huge difference between the top part and the bottom part now, mostly because of the clay tubes brush, but also because I kind of established what I wanted to do, when I finished the top part, which made the bottom part look better because I was more experienced in starting with the bottom part than when I start the top part. So now I'm just gonna add some Where are you from, man? I'm from the Netherlands. I was born here, but I have a Turkish background. I also speak the language, which makes me trilingual. Is that a word? Trilingual? Because I also can speak Dutch. This is a perfect place for assist. A huge, ugly cyst on his neck, and also there's that guy. So basically, he has a piece of muscle from the top of his head, of his body. Apparently Dutch, it's really similar to English. Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I mostly learned English while watching South Park at a very young age. Here. But the rest I learned in school and at home. Will you design the textures for the Gatekeeper? Yes. Yep. Textures are going to be mine. This guy will be my baby. A baby only a mother could love. Alright, so I really hate what's going on here. So wobbly, it looks like hills. I don't like that. Where does he keep the gates? He keeps the gates in his pockets. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, you won't be able to see it because of this. But yes, I want to make this part really thin, maybe, and wobbly, while making this part pus filled and huge and strong, because, well, it's his sword arm. So will his head move at all? That'll be a bit weird. So it's a problem for another day. One problem at a time. So now I'm just like looking which parts are looking unworthy and which ones are better. I mean, I like what's happening around the arms here, where you see the huge masses of things. Blob here, inflate there, this, that. But unfortunately, I don't really like what's going on. I like this whole area, that thing there. So, trying to fix that. Oh wait, I forgot to do one of these. So guys, we start like this. Look, because I pressed OK there, it deleted all my forward history, but because I autosaved, we didn't lose any of it. If I didn't press 9 there, we would have been set back for about 9 hours. I mean, 90 minutes. Which is like scary if you think about it. It can happen. Legs are still looking a bit thin. I mean, what do you want, man? Like this? Kidding. I think his legs are okay. Alright, so let's fix this part of his body. Pretty random flap of meat. Legs are good enough in size, but muscles need to stick out more. Which muscles? There's the upper part of his body needs to be emphasized, so that's why I'm keeping his legs low key. I mean, the reason I'm keeping it mirrored is because, well, the texture is going to be mirrored, so there's no reason to not mirror it. Alright, now I think I can retopologize. Should I do the retopology on stream or off stream, guys? Because it isn't as interesting as sculpting. Especially for people that don't know anything about 3D. Is Twitch okay if I give this guy an asshole? Is this nudity if I give him an asshole? I probably shouldn't. Alright. Apology. Do we want to apologize now? Yes. So, or wait, I think let's fuck it, I'm gonna retopologize. I'm doubting myself. So first I'm gonna decimate this guy so the retopology program won't crash. And what this basically does is those are the amount of polygons that we have, which isn't really hard to export. So what this thing does is, if I put in 50 here, it'll make like it'll have it. But if I make it like 5, it'll be like 5%. So I think I'll probably go with something like a 2 as well. Yeah, fine. Gatekeeper reference. It's fine. Now let's quick save and open the program. So this is the reference model that I'm gonna draw my topology on top of. So, alright guys, first, I think I owe you guys some explanation on where I'm going with this. So, I am going to, I mean, the lower part of his body isn't as important. It's not where the emphasis will lie. I'm gonna slice the top part here. Mesh has layers. Fuck you, mesh. Why do you? Oh no. Fuck you, mesh. Alright, so slice this, hide this. I'm gonna make a quick screenshot so I can draw in Photoshop on it. And you will be able to see my wonderful drawing skills. Alright. Photoshop. Well, let's go. Alright, so this is the top part of his body. Oh, the general idea with this is the brushes that, like, all these things that are going like that, like this, they're going to be sewn like that. Maybe some of them popped away, and so get like these things that are like open and all this stuff comes out. But the other thing is I wanna make like muscles, for instance, that like fucked up muscle. It's like gel on his head. Like this. Stuff like that all over his body, which will make this guy actually pretty unique, because I don't do this very often. Internet stuff like that, and that way, because of this, he can turn his head properly and stuff. Like so. And for the rest of his body, like make, for instance, if I have this, I have a yellow point there, so it's like pus all over behind it, while also seeing some skin, and maybe some of them popped, so you'll see oozing pus like that. Really nasty stuff. But not too much. Not too much. I don't want to make this guy filthy. So this is kinda where I want to go. We could also, like, I mean, his stomach is right here, so you can also, like, this, and because of that, feels like his stomach is like pushing outwards. Like that, I don't know, something like that. But yeah, we'll see. For now, this is the roadmap. Ugly roadmap. But this is kind of like where I want to go with this guy. First, I have to do some retopology because the retopology probably won't be connected to the original, to the base mesh. I mean, these strips will probably be different topology. But yeah, first of all, import the reference. So this is Topogun. I basically used this to do all my retopology work because it's super, well, it's a specialized program designed to do topology. I forgot how to move. Oh yeah, right, like that. So what you can do with this program is you can draw topologies like this. This is a polygon, which makes it super easy for game devs. And if you press X, you get symmetry. But as you can see, the symmetry isn't in the middle for some reason. I could just reposition this guy to the middle, but making it so will give me problems later because this this high poly guy actually has to be in the middle. So put him in the middle. I see he should be in the middle now to make effective use of symmetry in Topogun. We'll have to see. Doomsday 13. Will the detail on the stomach matter if it gets covered by the BDSM gear? Yes, exactly. That's also what I'm thinking. Expect some lag, guys. This is some very intensive thing here. Well, the flesh is muscle. Muscle is an organ, and flesh is also an organ. But flesh is, I don't know, not really sure. Come on, man, reordering, come on. Guys, what if I empty his stomach and like maybe you could see his spine if you look at his stomach, and the muscles that are on top are just, nah, never mind. Look too much like a zombie. How long is this going to take? What the fuck? Right, I just realized that I can center this guy, right? And also center this guy. And now they're on top of each other. Export reference, yes. Topogon, let's go. Reference. Alright, this guy should be in. Oh, it's not in the fucking middle. What the fuck is your problem? Not a problem. Not really have a don't really have a choice. But if I commit to the how often do you usually save? I save when I remember to save. Or like, oh, I should save, and I save. Or like, oh, I haven't saved in a while, I hit save again. Let's just leave this for open for now because I'm really cautious. So, I would love to retopologize this guy. His back is okay. There's enough distortion in his back, but his front isn't really looking very convincing. My music is Skyrim music. What are you guys talking about? Alright, so giving this guy some kind of ribcage would be interesting. So, for the sake of solving an issue, the issue at hand being this thing doesn't look cool enough. So, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna strip the front part, model the ribcage, and then model the interesting stuff onto the ribcage, which will eventually give me something that I'm proud of and happy with. So yeah, we should make a ribcage, something resembling a ribcage. very quickly. I don't wanna take too long. Distortion of music through stream apparently. Not sure how I can fix that. So yes, the rib cage. This is like the rib cage. The sternum goes through here into the clavicle. The clavicles go to the side. If this was a normal guy, but because this is not a normal guy, we're just going to move this. So now that we have this open, this could give us some very interesting possibilities, because people could look inside his body and see what the fuck's going on. Maybe we could like put a soul stone over there inside him. And also maybe we could like make him like this, and like with the skin things on top, we could like go downwards and like holding a bag or something like a sack. I'm not sure how to explain this. Right, so first, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Do this. I don't want to go too way to the back, because, well, the back's fine, and I can actually just leave it like this, and that only you can see it from the front, because, well, the back is okay. The back's fine. Not having any issues with the back. The front, that's the culprit. And I know that the sternum is slightly going inwards always. Let me just do some quick easy things, magic stuff, to ease up my life a bit. What the fuck is this? How is this? How did this happen? Why do you do this 3D? Fuck you then. For some reason it does symmetry on it, which makes him look like a retarded cyclops. So I have to do this manually like that. I don't like doing huge changes with the move brush in when I'm this high in what do you call it, poly counts, because you get like kind of things. I mean, see those edges? I don't like that. I hate that. Okay, this good enough. Function as a rib cage, because as a base for a rib cage, I have yet to sculpt in all the individual bones, the ribs. Oh wait, ribcage. I'm not sure how the bones go, because I'm pretty sure they don't go all of them don't go to the sternum. The sternum being the middle part of the ribcage. Rib cage. And I was correct. Yes, ribcage. Let's not get carried away. Well, can't make ribcage with holes in them, because well, it's not really doable. So I think I might like cover them that you can only see like the bottom part of it. So this looks kind of weird. Resembles the beginning of a vagina or something. I'm not sure how all these things like censored. Gatekeeper gone. Sexual. But that shouldn't be censored. It's a meme. Papa bless, guys. I'll close the stream in about 45 minutes, I think. Gonna get as far as I can with this. And then it's time for me to fuck off. Mostly because I'm super hungry and plan on doing 3 hours of streaming every week. And see how far I can go with this Gatekeeper. Alright, I sent some beef in the chat. Family physician, let's see what you said. You should push in the upper end slightly, the mid abdomen with lower bulging out. Give them a monster look rather than a superhero look. What do you actually mean by that? Upper, slightly mid, forward. Oh shit. I just got an idea. New plan, guys. New plan. New plan. So what I'm gonna do is oh shit, I totally messed up the ribs. Well, my plan was to do it like this. Cover it with flesh there, and the moment it comes there, it's fucking shit. Goes like I hear a lot of people saying that the music is distorted, and I'm sorry that that happens, but I'm not really sure why that happens. So now what I did, maybe like outwards breaking bones. Like that. Yeah, they're supposed to look like ribs. That was the idea. We aren't even actually making this thing now, we're just designing it mostly, which will probably take a while, since design is almost it is as important as the production phase. So now that I have this, I can optimize out more. alright compared with the armor. Looks decent. I mean, it'll. I mean, of course, the armor is gonna change. There's something else gonna happen. For now, this is kind of like what we're going with. So, yeah, this is what I meant with I don't want to get into retopology as so soon because, well, we just made a huge change. And topology doesn't like changes. I don't like change. Because, well, if you change the low poly and there's some subdivision on top of it, the details get squashed or stretched on the high poly, which isn't really optimal. What's up with the penises, man? Everyone wants to see this guy with a dick. I mean, what's up with that? Broken ribs are a great touch. Thanks, man. Maybe break them off a bit. They're too symmetrical now. Well, alright, so saying that this is stitched skin, we can maybe do something like Are you guys happy now? What the fuck? Holy shit. So that's a standard brush on 100. I think the standard brush is broken. I think, yeah, it might be broken. Insane. The wonderful world of 3D. I wasn't making a penis. It was a thought out design choice. I thought giving him something there that would channel his magic through his body was really appropriate, and I was definitely not trying to make him more sexual than he already is with his thick thick behind. Please Twitch, I was not trying to do anything sexual. It was a real thought out design choice. Please don't strike this channel. It was not a penis. It was a thought out design choice. Alright, so I think we made him more grotesque than he was. Oh, fucking shit, I made this on his base, which sucks. So now, if I turn all the other things off, we'll get something super weird. So yeah, this is what the layer system does, because the base has this kind of detail. Put it on 0, all these other guys override it. Rune tattoos, those are last. If you guys have any like Easter eggs on what I should put them, I'd gladly hear them. I think I might hide my name somewhere in there. Yes, people don't bother with penises because mostly they're covered up. And also, if the game wants to market to a wider audience, it's also usually a better idea to not include genitalia. You wouldn't want Mario having a penis. I mean, maybe you would, but kids wouldn't want to see that. I mean, they would probably also want to see Mario with a penis, but their parents wouldn't want to see that. The Gatekeeper was made of different skin parts which were put together with some kind of bolts lines between the skins. Yes, the stitching is gonna come later. I think I'm gonna put my name in here with the Daedric letters, or yeah, tokens or runes. I mean, I must. I always try. I'm thinking of adding a soulstone here, maybe. Maybe. uh, all right, so. Now his legs look different. I'm gonna modify the armor a bit. Just gonna get changed anyway. Ooh, actually, we could put this here and make this. Squeeze the sides. I'm not even sure why I'm doing this. The armor is going to get changed anyway. This muscle still looks a lot like a deltoid. Could do something about that. Like a line going like this. Squeezes everything over here. Does the armor really need to change so much? I mean, the original is iconic and looks good. Would be a shame to change it so much. I'm not gonna change it immensely. If I look at this, things that are going to be changed, probably these things on the side because they're leather, and I wanna do it better than that. The huge bolts here are fine. Probably changed. I mean, gonna get new topology anyway, but the overall design is not going to be changed a lot. Probably add more chains or something like that, or yeah, that's about it. These will probably still stay. Alright, I think we succeeded in making this guy look more grotesque. So, go back to so we go back to this thing. So his body parts together, or I guess we did that. We did not work on his feet. Not work on his BDSM outfit. Not create the left hand. Gore, and more gore. Probably did like one gore. Let's add some other things. Maybe some like ropes, some string that holds this guy together, along with the stitches. Again, his legs look fucking terrible now. Do some legs, but yeah, it's gonna be hard because they're identical. They will look they won't look as good. I think I modeled on the wrong one. I definitely modeled on the wrong one. It isn't a huge. Well, actually, I don't think I modeled the wrong one. Never mind. We can delete this. So, go. So this is how this guy looks now. I kind of like what we did with the silhouette changes. For instance, now you can see which arm is stronger, which half of the body has more mass to it. So yeah. We do need to make this armor compatible with people that have open guts, so oh, those tubes in his arm. No, these are not tubes. These are like rope or something. It like really holds it in place or something else. I like the dynamic look it gives. Yeah, the right arm is going to be longer, but it's something easily fixable. Easily fixable. This is more, I'm more struggling with the design than actually how to make this guy. So yeah, let's summarize. Okay, material. Oh, first of all, right. Take a material. Fine. Oh shit, I missed the thing. So last week we had this at the end. This week we made him more grotesque, shown his body parts. broadened his legs, and we did one gore. Yeah, and this week we're here. I mean, probably not a huge. In my opinion, I could have done a lot better. But yeah, because it's a stream, I have to it's probably, well, I have to do more things while on stream because it's not as free as working alone. So yeah, let's forget about that. So last week we got this guy. We made it our job to do all these things next week, but unfortunately we didn't really get that far. This video we're probably are you going to make the left hand fingertips worn down to bone? I'm gonna make his left hand like I'm not going to say retarded, but like misshapen, like a birth defect or something. Thank you, William Chapman, that means a lot. Right, so last week we did all these stuff. I mean, last week we wrote up all this stuff to do it today. But yeah, let's just copy what I wrote. Like that. I'm not sure why I'm trying to make that fit, but so yeah, and this week we did all of those. Which means that next week we'll be probably doing all this stuff. If you guys have any dire questions that need answering, you can. I'd suggest answering them now because I'm kind of done sculpting, and I'll be looking at the chat for about 5-10 minutes, and then it'll be done for today. Why not have a soulstone sticking out of his ribs? I might do that. Are you going to add that image you shortly showed up before the muscles at his neck? About that. Will you be carrying on the same? Yes, I will be here next week, exactly at I'm not sure what. Yeah, of course you guys are on different time zones, but if you count back 3 hours from now, that's time I'll start. That's the time I'll start streaming. Goodbye, Mir Mitra 13. Take care. I'll definitely see you next week. I thought you did well this stream, and maybe original goals for this week were a little unrealistic. Yeah, of course, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. I mean, even if I wrote my whole planning for this whole thing, crossing off some things always shows progress. Do you stream on your own Twitch? If yes, what's your Twitch? My Twitch is just Hakan Kamar underscore. You can follow me. I sometimes do like anatomy streams where I try to improve my anatomy. And I might do some personal work streams where I mostly texture and get things in Unreal Engine and make them Unreal Engine kind of stuff. Add redo armor to the list. You, my friend, don't have a wide enough imagination. The BDSM outfit, that's the armor. I'll just type my own Twitch here. I mean, it's my name. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure this week again, just like last week. Again, if you have any questions, you can add me on Discord. You join the Skywind community page on Discord. You can find me and you can message me with any issues that you have working on the mod or other mods or 3D stuff in general. I've had a few guys message me there, and I hopefully help them appropriately. Do you feel like we're helpful to you? We bothering you? Well, you guys are pretty helpful because it's like sculpting with a whole bunch of guys, which is always more fun than alone. I mean, I really respect you, you all, that you take time and watch how I sculpt. I can't really imagine watching myself on stream. Maybe that's just. But yeah, follow me on ArtStation if you want to see my work. If you want to post it. I don't know. Goodbye, guys, and I'll see you next week.